Hey, and welcome to Alonzo's Facts of the Day. Today I'm here to warn you about wearing your wedding ring because if you wear that thing, over 6 milligrams of gold are lost from it every year, which is kind of poetic. Everything, love doesn't last. I think the same has got to be true of diamonds. I mean, anytime you touch something, there's a molecular interaction and things adhere to other things, and even though you can't really tell, it does get smaller or it gets bigger. But it gets bigger from all of your finger molecules adhering to the diamond. So then it's not really a pure diamond anymore. It's part human. No human has been to the moon in the last 46 years. The last time was before I was alive, 1972. 12 men have been to the moon. How many women? 0. That's a little odd. It's a little sexist. No animals have been to the moon. I mean, animals were the first ones in space, but they weren't. I don't think we've ever sent one to the moon. Although, yeah, I mean, we're a lot meaner to animals. You know, like Charles Darwin, he went around discovering animals, like writing their names in journals. And then he would eat them. He ate every animal he discovered. Owls, armadillos, agoutis. He ate a puma. He was the discoverer of the puma. A rhea. And now they even named the rhea, the species, Pterocnemia darwini. He ate iguanas, giant tortoises. Actually, he loved the giant tortoise and threw like 48 of them on his boat so that they could be living food when they got hungry. Then they just kill one and eat it. And they wouldn't feed it either. I'm not sure if he discovered hummingbirds, but hummingbirds have to eat a lot. They eat about 2,000 meals a day, and that's to support a heart that beats 1,200 times per minute, which is just astounding, I think. I mean, they sense time slower too, so maybe their minutes are a lot, I guess, shorter than our minutes. So maybe in their minutes it's like a decent heart rate. If they go up higher, then they'd be like, oh, heart attack. In China, if you live there and you were over 11 years old, you would have to, by law, you'd be required to plant 3 to 5 trees per year. I'm not sure why the discrepancy between 3 and 5. Maybe you don't go to jail if you only plant 3, but you have to pay fines or something. If you plant 5, you're fine. No fines. You're fine. It's cool. Hippomonstrosesquipedaliophobia. I'm going to try that once more. Sesquipedaliophobia is the fear of long words. It all makes sense if you break it down. So, sad story. In 2013, a young girl, they don't release her name because she was so young, she survived this Asiana plane crash in San Francisco, and the responders, I mean, I should not be laughing, it's awful, but, sirens ablazing, coming in to the rescue, they ran her over and killed her. She was 16 years old. Speaking of people killed, did you know that Mao Zedong killed 45 million people during, what he called China's Great Leap Forward? That was 1958 to 62. That was after World War II, and we're still as Americans, we bring up the fact that, the Nazis killed 6 million Jews and 6 million gypsies, or 3 million gypsies, something like that, over and over and over. And we never hear about these 45 million people killed by Mao Zedong. I never even really knew if, you hear that Mao Zedong is like a dictator or a bad dictator, but I don't know what was wrong with my upbringing to where I never really knew the extent at which this guy was a mass murderer. These visionaries. It's crazy. Queen Victoria. Okay, the history of the white wedding dress. Did you know that Queen Victoria, that prudish queen, was the first one to wear white at her wedding. Before that, I think there was all sorts of colors and styles. And now, because she was so all about purity and virginity and sexlessness, we use it as this symbol of virginity, which is, it's still so bizarre that this is such a prevalent notion in today's era, where we're supposedly over this concept of virginity, of being like this incredible concept. It's kind of just this mythical made-up thing. Bizarre. Anyway, white. It's probably it's probably deeply embedded with our racism and all that. And homophobia, where in Jamaica, did you know that sex between men is punishable by up to like 10 years imprisonment, but lesbian action, totally fine. It's completely allowable. This is kind of a silly one, but the only member of ZZ Top without a beard, his name is Frank Beard. So they all, in some sense, have a beard. Okay. This one's kind of sad. If you're an eclipse chaser, J.W. Campbell, he traveled the world for 50 years trying to see like 12 different eclipses, and every single one he ran into overcast skies, so he never saw an actual eclipse of the sun. Super sad. Super sad. Super sad. That would be so frustrating. Did you know that 70% of animals in the jungle rely on figs for their survival? There's like 1,200, 1,500 different types of fig trees, and man, that would be amazing. You could eat a different type of fig every day for 4 years. The Bible is the most shoplifted book in the world. That's just poetic. Another poetic juxtaposition is the fact that birds nowadays, they keep their nest warm and pest-free by lining them with cigarette butts. So cigarette butts are sought after in the bird... why am I thinking kingdom? In the bird order? Aves? Aves? I don't know. Is it an order or phylum? It's not a phylum. Definitely not. I could think about that and tease it out, but I don't feel like it. If I was at a park snoozing around, I would sit in the sun figuring out kingdom from order from domain and where birds exactly sit. But I really would just wanted to segue into a park, and the smallest park in the world is a 2-foot circle in Portland, Oregon. I don't know what sorts of things you have to go through to get something designated as a park, but they did it. They did it there. If you put a piece of pineapple in your mouth, pineapple starts eating you. Enzymes and proteins in the pineapple are, they break down meat. So like that's why if you drink a lot of pineapple juice or eat a lot of pineapple, your mouth starts to feel really raw. The pineapple was eating you. It was devouring you from the inside out. Women blink 19 times per minute compared to 11 for men. Have you been counting? Okay, some sloths, they remain hanging from branches even after death. And you've got to Google these images. It's crazy. They're like skeletons that are just hanging from trees. They bury themselves in the sky. Sloths. What fantastic animals. Did you know that the American flags, sorry, I'm starting to get wiggly here. The American flags placed on the moon are now completely white due to radiation. It's hilarious. They're now peace flags from the Earth. They used to be like symbols of American dominance, and now it's just like peace. French grammarian Dominique Bouhours, his last words were, and I quote, "I am about to, or I am going to die. Either expression is correct," end quote. That's so great. I wonder how long you spent planning that. He's like, creaking it out. Did you know that there are no clocks or windows in most casinos, so you can forget about time? Very clever. The typical housefly defecates every 5 minutes. A new skyscraper is built in China every 5 days. The word censorship is censored in China. All the air in potato chip bags is actually nitrogen. It preserves the crispness and provides a useful cushion during shipping. So there's actually a function for it. It's not just trying to outwit you and make you think that you're getting a lot of chips when there's actually none. At least that's probably like PR from some chip manufacturer PR agency. Urgh. The last words of Henry Royce, the co-founder of Rolls-Royce, were actually, "I wish I'd spent more time in the office." That's a pretty good one to end with. Have a great day.